not even gonna lie to you. I have low-key been absolutely dreading the thought of doing this video. This is my championship round predictions. We have the Detroit Lions versus the San Francisco 49ers, and we have the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I wanted to look, I pulled up their historical records. I wanted to pull up how did these teams fare when they last played each other. The San Francisco 49ers have not played the Detroit Lions since September 2021, which is a game that featured Jimmy Garoppolo for the 49ers, and would that have been Stafford for Detroit already? Let's see, hold on. Yeah, Jared Goff, actually. And for Kansas City and the Baltimore Ravens, shockingly, it's the same thing. September of 2021, but 1 week later than the Niners-Lions game. So there is no real, recent matchup data for these teams against each other, which makes predicting these games more difficult. And to talk about Niners and Lions, I have concerns about both of these teams right now. Somebody pointed out in my comments they felt like Jordan Love outperformed Brock Purdy, even though the Packers lost. And I really do feel like if the San Francisco 49ers did not have Christian McCaffrey, that they would have lost that last game. I think that Detroit has the better quarterback. I think Jared Goff is better. But I think the San Francisco offense is just a whole nother beast. Their offensive line. Christian McCaffrey, like I just said, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. There's also a possibility that Deebo Samuel will be returning from injury to play in this game. Now Detroit has, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. Those are good guys, but I feel like if you go position for position on offense, give me San Francisco there. I also feel like San Francisco has the better defense in this case. So it's kind of hard for me to not just go. Looking at the line, the Niners are favored by 6.5 points. I don't know if it'll be that big of a win. I think this game is going to be won by a field goal one way or the other. It might not be won by 3 points, but I think a field goal, either one being missed at some point along the way, or, I think this game is going to be won by between 1 and 3 points. I don't think this is going to be a blowout game one way or the other. I think Detroit is the better special teams as well, but I just think that especially that San Francisco offense, especially if Deebo comes back, my heart says Detroit, for everything they've been through, the down years, part of me, I feel like they've earned this one to a degree. But I looking at it, I struggle to convince myself that they will be able to win this. So in this matchup, I am going to say San Francisco is going to win. Like I said, Vegas has them as a 6.5 point favorite. Personally, I'm going to take the under on that. Like I said, I think this game is won by between 1 and 3 points. There could be a missed extra point somewhere. There could be a failed 2-point conversion. One of these teams misses a field goal at the end of a half or something. But I think it's going to be something like that that decides this game, and I don't expect like a 24 to 10 score line here. I don't expect anything like that really. I think this could be like a 24 to 27 or something as your final score. And I think it will be in favor of the San Francisco 49ers. And on the other side of the other side of the ball, the other side of the coin, with the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Kansas City Chiefs, who I did not expect to get to this point. But the thing with the Chiefs is, and this again is a comment I got on my last video, they know how to win. They've been there, they've done that, they know what winning feels like at every level. And that sort of experience and veteran leadership is hard to quantify. It's hard to really put into statistical terms the kind of edge, the kind of advantage that can give a team. I do think that this Ravens team is the more talented team. Maybe up until this point, overall Mahomes is the better quarterback compared to Lamar Jackson, but right now, with the way that Mahomes has been playing this year, especially the back half of this year, throwing more interceptions, things like that, and the way that Lamar has really just been playing out of his skin this season. I feel like, the quarterbacks aren't really going to be the difference here. I think both of these guys are going to put on a great show. In different ways, though. Like I kind of pointed in my review, their game is going to look very different, but they're both going to get their game done, and they're going to play their game, and I think that this is going to be a great QB battle. Now, on offense, I think, the story of this Chiefs team on offense for me right now is Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco. I feel like every time I watch the Chiefs, I'm hearing his name all the time. And, Rashee Rice, he's a rookie, but, that dude has been a monster. 79 receptions for 938 yards and 7 touchdowns as a rookie. He had 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce had 2 touchdowns against the Bills. And Travis Kelce's been a guy that, he's been having a bit of a down year compared to his terms. And who knows how much of that is media distractions or whatever, but he really picked it up last week. And if Travis Kelce carries that momentum into this game, then that could be an issue. Gus Edwards is a guy in Baltimore. It's really good. The running back, Zay Flowers, has been an absolute monster. And Mark Andrews is supposedly going to play in this game, but as with all people returning from injury, you never really know. And again, looking there, it's I feel like that feels like an even matchup, or perhaps even a bit of an edge to the Chiefs as far as offense goes. But I think that the defensive edge is squarely in Baltimore's court. And I think that could be the difference maker here if both offenses are chugging along really well, both quarterbacks are playing really well. I think that Baltimore defense could be the difference, but again, this feels like a game. I think this is also going to be really close. These teams feel very evenly matched to me. prediction is Ravens winning, Niners winning, that being our Super Bowl matchup. And that's kind of been the expected Super Bowl now for at least the back half of the season, but some people were predicting that early on. Miami was in the conversation a little bit early on. The Eagles were in the conversation early, fell out of it, so some people had different predictions, but I definitely saw Baltimore Niners a lot. And I'm not going to give my prediction on the Super Bowl right away. I will say, though, that if the Chiefs somehow upset this Ravens team in Baltimore, see, part of me wants to say that the Niners will absolutely steamroll them if that happens. But I'm going to say I think if the Chiefs win this one, they go all the way. Yeah, but if it is not, if it's any other matchup, if it's to whatever, I'll give it, I'm also gonna do that prediction video there, but that's just kind of my early thing. If the Chiefs get this huge upset over Baltimore, it's the away game against this very aggressive Baltimore offense and defense. I think they're the team of destiny at that point. I'm not gonna try and deny there's some like cosmic force pushing them forward, but we'll see. That's my prediction. Baltimore Niners winning. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry this video is so short, but there's only 2 games to talk about. I was hoping to be able to go over box scores or maybe a matchup last year or something for these teams, but they haven't met in 3 years, so kind of hard to do that. Anyway, if you did like the video, please leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single